Hi everyone, and welcome to Let's Get Deeper live stream on InViewTV and OVOplay. My name is Belinda Joe.
And I am Michael Obasha.
And we are both very excited to have you here tonight, where we're going to get deeper with our honourable guest and bring you the latest in local entertainment and community issues. Make sure you join us every week on Thursdays at 7 p.m. by following our page at Let's Get Deep Online on Facebook, where this very show is broadcast right now. And to start the show off, I wanted to welcome you back, Mr. Michael Obasha. We missed you.
I've missed you too. It's been a pleasure watching you last week on the show on your own. You're amazing, and just want to say it's so nice to be back with you and co-hosting InViewTV with you. I mean, you're absolutely amazing. And can I just also say thank you so much for everyone that reached out for Dad. He's home today, which is amazing. And then here we are doing the show. So Dad's home and he's safe. And every single message that I received, I read. So thank you so much for your love and prayers. And, and can I also say thank you to all the nurses and midwives. I mean, it is the year of nurse and midwife 2020. They do amazing work and so inspiring. So thank you so much, not just for Dad, beyond. So grateful. So wanted to say that. And so you're looking gorgeous tonight.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you so much. It's good to be. Well, it's because you're back. I'm, reflecting off you. And so we're going to kick the show off now, and we're very excited to welcome our very honourable guest to the show. They are a leader and an advocate in the LGBTQI+ community, the founder and editor of Q Magazine, Mr. Brett Hayhoe. Hello.
There you go. Good evening.
Good evening. How are you? Welcome.
Thank you very much. I'm very well.
Is Michael there? I'm not sure. I think Michael's frozen. So we'll get on with the question.
That's one of his better states.
Well, welcome, Mr. Brett Hayhoe, on behalf of Michael and myself. You're our very honourable guest, and you wear so many different hats in what you do. Are you able to let our viewers know exactly what you do and your work?
Well, some of those hats have left. I'm down to only a couple now. Currently, I'm obviously the publisher and editor of Q Magazine. And I'm also very active with the Liberal Party in Victoria. I'm chairman of the Oakleigh State Electorate Conference, also president of the Oakleigh Branch, and I serve and I'm a representative on the State Council for the Liberal Party. And apart from that, a lot of my community work I've sort of pulled back on, which is probably just as well because of COVID, but. For the last, 2 years ago, I finished 13 years on the board of Interpride, the International Association of Pride Organisers, the final 4 of those being the president of the organisation. So it's been a very long journey, and I'm taking a little rest from community service, although the Liberal Party stuff, of course, is unpaid. But it's a different pursuit in some ways. In some ways, it's very similar. And Michael's back.
And now, sorry about that. I'm back. Just like that. I don't know what happened there, but you're absolutely amazing. And look, I probably missed out a couple of your answers there, but you're a conservative man, and you know, as a Liberal Party being so conservative, I mean, how's the dynamics there?
No, well, for starters, the Liberal Party is, as we often coin, a broad church, and we have, and quite frankly, there are left and right parts to the Labor Party as well, just as there are right and left parts to the Liberal Party. When you join a political party, my belief is that you join it because you believe in the majority of the principles of that party. You may not agree with 100% of them, but you certainly agree with more than you agree with any of the other parties. So for me, the Liberal Party, representing freedoms, all of the freedoms, freedom of speech, freedom of association, freedom of movement, freedom of religion, and the you know, the responsibility of the individual, not the collective, the pursuit of excellence, the ability to allow people to control their own destiny and to be whatever they wish to be without government interference. And of course, we believe in small governments as well. So for me, there is no conflict as far as being gay and being a Liberal is concerned. Remembering, of course, that the term conservative is not completely accurate in relation to the Liberal Party, but for all intents and purposes, there are also many, many different conservatives, as there are anybody else. Just because you're conservative doesn't mean you're a pig. And I nearly used a different word then, but I didn't ask you if I was allowed to swear or not. So being conservative does not necessarily mean that you're going to be socially regressive. I know many, many, many gay conservatives across the world. We, in fact, have a gay branch of the Liberal Party here in Victoria called Liberal Pride, and massive, massive, massive membership, and the majority of whom are gay or lesbian, you know, blah, blah, blah. So to make the disconnect between being conservative, for the want of a better word, and gay is not necessarily correct. The very cornerstones of liberalism is the family and the individual and freedom to be who you wish to be, and they are all very much parts of what the gay community wants. So, you know, it's not such a far stretch. I mean, obviously, I am a fiscal conservative, but I'm obviously socially, I wouldn't say progressive because I hate the word. I'm socially aware, for obvious reasons. I wouldn't have served the gay community for the last 30 odd years if I wasn't socially aware. But so, yeah, you know, I have no problem sleeping at night with my membership of the Liberal Party of Australia Victorian Division.
Amazing, thank you.
That's wonderful. And also, in your title, we have that you're a monarchist. Can you please share what that means to you? Did I say it right?
Well, yes, absolutely. I'm in fact the interim convener of the Monarchist League, the Australian Monarchist League here in Victoria. The monarchy. I believe in the monarchy, and I love the royal family. You know, I think being conservative and being a monarchist is very much goes hand in hand as well. Believing in the establishment, believing in authority, history, all of those wonderful things that come with the monarchy. I have no issues whatsoever with people being born into positions. And seriously, Australia is what it is today, most certainly in a very large part due to our form of government, the Westminster system, which is, look, some would argue with me, but I think it's the finest political system in the world. Our whole way of life is what it is today because of you know, our connection to the United Kingdom and being a constitutional monarchy. It works. There's no reason to fix something that isn't broken. And of course, you know, I adore the royal family.
I recently got the chance to go over to London, and I was very excited when I got to go up to the gates of Buckingham Palace. Didn't know I'd get excited, but before I was there, I was like, oh, it was, you know, looking inside, like, can I see the Queen? So yeah, it was.
No picture has ever truly captured the grandeur of that area outside of Buckingham Palace. It really is stunning. Yes.
It's incredible. And let's talk about Q Magazine Australia. You're the founder, editor, and publisher. Can you tell us more about that?
Q Magazine started in 2004. There were 3 of us. Within a couple of years, there was me. It was a publication born to be an A5 free to street. So in those days we were printing. We don't anymore. I'll come to that in a second. And pardon me, I've got a little bit of a croaky throat. It's bloody cold in Melbourne at the moment. It started in 2004 as an A5 free to street. The reason, the size, was so that bisexual guys and girls could fold it and put it in the back of the pocket, and not be seen with a gay publication. It started 16 years ago, so remember some of this is rather outdated. And it was always meant to be LGBT lifestyle, which quite frankly is a bit of a joke when you try to separate our community's lifestyle from anybody else's lifestyle, because apart from our penchant, some people's penchant for leather and dungeons, we have the same lifestyle as everybody else. So essentially, it's a lifestyle publication for the gay community, but anybody can read it. In 2016, I changed it to being purely digital, which was a move that took me a long time to embrace and to do, much to my bank account's demise. But it was one that I needed to do, and it hasn't hurt the publication. Obviously, any publication needs more money, needs more advertisers. But of course, the advertising is now a third cheaper because my costs are much lower as well. So it's still going, 16 years strong, which is quite incredible. And yeah, I hope people enjoy reading it on a monthly basis. So I'm putting together the that publication in fact.
Yes. There's us on the cover there. That's this month. So that's a little preview that gets released tomorrow, I believe.
That for you this afternoon, in fact. I designed the publication as well.
Absolutely grateful for that. Can I just say that's my second cover on Q Magazine, just so you just remind me. Do many people have 2 covers? Am I the only one?
Very few. Very few.
Look, I'm honoured to be part of that amazing magazine. It's cute. It's it was tiny when it was printed. There's no more prints, obviously, due to the digital world at the moment. Okay.
No, purely digital. It's always had a digital footprint, but now it just doesn't get printed. Sadly, printing is very expensive. Niche market advertising became less and less readily available as we, over the last 10 years. And that's evident in the number of gay publications, particularly, that have closed down around the world, including some very, very long established publications in New York, for example. So it is a difficult game. And basically, you have to move with the times. I never ever wanted to go fully digital because I believed people wanted to touch paper. They wanted to feel that magazine in their hands. Evidence has proven me incorrect. That people are still reading it online and enjoying it. So.
Absolutely amazing. Look, with the current situation in Melbourne at the moment, COVID-19, I mean, you're at stage 4 lockdown, I believe. How are things going there at the moment with your perspective?
Well, personally, Michael, the isolation and the lockdown stuff for me personally is it's actually interesting. It's a bit from column A and a bit from column B. I work and live from home. Yeah, you're in fact in my bedroom at the moment, where my desk is also. But so being told to stay home is not a hard thing for me, because I normally do. Obviously, before the coronavirus, I also had meetings several times a week and functions several times a week, which got me out of the house. So I suffer still with that stay at home at all costs. But the big cost for Victoria is going to be the economy, is going to be business. Small business is the backbone of this country, and we are about to break that backbone in Victoria. I just hope, I really hope, that what Premier Andrews is doing fixes the problem, and in 6 weeks' time we reopen. The sad part is we don't know how many businesses will join us and reopen, so it is going to be a very, very difficult time. A lot of people are suffering. It's very funny. I think it's a human thing that, although I don't go out much, since coronavirus came in, being told you're not allowed to, all of a sudden you want to, and I think that's a human thing. I don't think that's got anything to do with the state or the Premier. I think that's just a human thing. If you're told not to do something, you really want to do it. But look, the cost will be financial, but I guess he has to do whatever he has to do with the advice that he's being given by health professionals. I just hope it doesn't kill too many people's livelihoods.
And quickly, before we let you go, what do you think the first thing you'll do when lockdown ends in Victoria?
Hopefully that means that the borders will also open, and my other half can come back from India, where he's currently also locked down in Delhi. I miss him terribly, and hopefully the country opens very, very soon, at least for international students, so he can come back and be with me where he should be.
Yes, we're hoping and praying that happens soon too. And Brett, for everyone watching at home, how can they keep in touch with everything that you're doing?
Look, probably through the Q Magazine website, qmagazine.com.au. We also have a Facebook presence, obviously, which is facebook.com/Q Magazine Australia, one word. You'll also find my personal presence on LinkedIn, Twitter, blah blah blah. You name the social media, you'll find it. And of course all of those places have my contact details. It's not very hard to find me.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Brett. It's been wonderful to have you on our show.
My absolute pleasure to both of you. To the Lebo Puff on the top of you on my screen. Thank you for the invitation. And look, I really enjoyed it, and it's a great show. Thank you, guys.
You're absolutely an honor to know you and call you my friend. Thank you so much, Brett. Hayhoe. Thank you so much. I love you. He's such a amazing character. I love him so much, and I don't take offense to that, just so the viewers know, he can tell me it's our thing.
Yes, he's a very interesting character with a lot of varied experience and really good to chat to. I'm so glad he came on the show today.
Absolutely. I'm glad you met him. Yeah, absolutely amazing. Thank you, Brett. Brett Hayhoe, you're amazing. Thank you. And then, by the way, that background is from him. So he's actually owns that license through him. So thank you, Brett, for our backdrop. Awesome.
It's awesome. And now we're going to wrap up the show, and we just wanted to say a big thank you to InViewTV for having us and hosting our show, Let's Get Deeper, and a big thank you to our executive producer, Bruce Mott. And also thank you to all our viewers for joining this week. As we are a brand new show, we are very open to your feedback. So please head over to @Let'sGetDeepOnline on Facebook. Like us, love us, tell us how you really feel, and we'll take that all on board and bring you a very new, exciting show next week. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, everyone, and we'll see you then.
Thank you, Belinda. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Bruce Mott. Thank you, Brett Hayhoe. Thank you.
It's all about